Hey guys, this is Lana Sweet and welcome back to another video. I am just going to go over briefly on what all happened here, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. So, as you guys know, I've been working on some of the divines for the sales. I got Amber, Epona, and Midas for the first day, Opal, Apophis, and Frigga for the second day. So within like 3 days, because this was the weekend plus Monday, then Tuesday, and now it's, what day are we on? Thursday? I don't know what day we're on. Or I don't remember what day. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever. Anyway, the sales are still going on. I am very confused on why they're so cheap compared to the other ones. Like Athos, I don't get why it's only 2,414 passes, and my Opal was 3,400 and some passes. That's 1,000 passes more, and Athos gives actually a better gift. It gives a Themis' scale, so I don't know. I've been trying to go back and forth on Fuji. I don't know if I want him or not. I do have the passes for him if I wanted to buy him today. Same with Hella if I wanted to buy her as well. I don't really like the perk of Hella, but Fuji, if I was 5 years younger and I really liked the design and really that was one of the horses I was going for back in the day, I would have said yes without a blink of an eye, but I'm sort of tired. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of buying divines. This one I would if I had the passes, but I don't have the passes, and it's not going to be until tomorrow or a couple days until I get the passes for it, to have enough passes, but it's not going to happen. You can't, speed up my meadows, because I have 3 pass seeds going on, so that would give me the 300, or whatever, and then it would have to be by a wish by tomorrow, basically. So I don't have that. I'm not going to be buying any more of passes. I did only buy passes once, and that's for Frigga, because I was short. After I just had enough for Opal and Apophis, but because Opal was so expensive, I was short to get Frigga. So I wanted to get Frigga, and I had been going back and forth, and I was able to, squeeze it in my budget, basically, so as a last resort, so that was good. So yeah, that was the only one I had to buy out of all of them, so that was really good. So anyway, out of that, the only other thing is piñatas are coming, basically. They're here. I don't like them. I've never liked them. They always take too long to do. They're simple. I mean, you wait for the meter to load up and you click and it's supposed to shake, and you need tons of clicks in order to break the piñata. And the higher you go on levels and piñatas, the more clicks the piñatas need, and then obviously the prices get better with the higher levels. As you can see, there's an unlock item button, so if I wanted to spend 600 passes, I could unlock it, in each level that I, get up higher, I would get these extra bonus perk. I'm hoping to make it to Golden Fleece without spending any passes. It's doubtful. I don't think I'll ever make it up there with how many clicks and everything. I've never been able to make it through piñatas at all. It's just never an event I've ever enjoyed at all in any capacity. I don't like it. It's very pass heavy, even in the older years. It's always been pass heavy, and I've never made it up to it, and it's not worth it with the passes and everything. And I'm not spending an arm and a leg for passes for that one. What they have for text crown basically is get brown dwarf. I did open a text crown today, earlier, but I didn't get anything. All I got was a Heroes pack, which is one of those, because I had it in my inventory. But basically what it is, you open it, and it's like a hop, and it just shows you a random prize. So you could get it with a click, you could get it with a million clicks and still not get it. It's a luck item, and it's an annoying luck item, but it's basically replaced the hop. It's 70 passes more expensive than the hop, but it has basically, I think, a higher item gift sort of percentage now. You're getting all the good items that you used to get in just a regular Horn of Plenty in Tyke's Crown for basically 70 more passes, and it's only when something is featured is when you can use Tyke's Crown. So it's just, they keep making new things and I can't keep up with it anymore. It seems to be more pass heavy. So Horn of Plenty, basically if you look over here, same thing, it's luck, but the most common that you're getting is basically boring stuff, so you're not getting good quality items. It used to be if you opened a Horn of Plenty, you could actually get a Horn of Plenty worth of a black item, if not more, but it's always a wild card. So yeah, I don't tend to like those. Titans Challenges, I don't like either. I prefer Golden Fleeces, but Titans Challenges does give you more prizes, so yeah. I just don't like the whole gambling thing. It's always such a, a gamble. Anyway, so the other thing too is basically the events. They are coming out with this weekend's horses. I don't need any of them. It's a Sleipnir, a Wild Horse, Shudo, and Hippocampus. I can go through them real quick for you. So, let's see. Japanese is Shudo. So it's going to be this one with the ink. Shudo is Japanese. Divine gives a vintage apple. Fuji is the one that I keep going back and forth on. I'm going to pass on him, honestly. One piece of cloud, you need 20 per horse first one skiller. It's not worth it. The math isn't there. It'd take you way too long just for the perk even to be questionable. You would need like 40 of them in order to make them correct. Anyway, the wild, I don't like wilds. I never liked wilds. So if you want a wild horse, go for it. I think you have to tame them. I think there's too many of them. I think it's this one that's going to be in it this weekend. Good luck to all those who want the wild. I don't like them particularly. They're like Carmiras. They have an age limit basically after age 80. It's basically useless divine, so I don't tend to like those anymore. So there's that one. What else did it say? Hold on. I can't remember everything. So much is on my mind. Okay, let's see. Oh, Hippocampus. Okay. So mythological Hippocampus leaves a scale behind each time you groom them. Get enough scales, you get a wandering spirit. It'd be nice if you're collecting those. I used to collect the one of the wandering spirits, the environmental ones, and I can show you guys that in a second. But I can't find them anymore. It's really hard to find those and keep those. So Sleipnir is basically useless divine. They don't do anything other than look pretty, and you can sell them. So I guess you can, pair them up and breed them, I guess, but meh, not interested. So this is what I'm saying by an environmental wandering spirit, if it would go away for 5 seconds. It's like a beach, and it's like really pretty, and it has a fish. So I used to collect those, and this is also another wandering spirit. So wandering spirits basically are, different ones. I like the environmental ones, so there's like all the different sort of environments, right? And I do think that was the one I really wanted, was Abyss. Out of all of them, was I really wanted Abyss. Um, and obviously Bush and all the other ones would be really, really cool to have, but it was, again, one of my things I never finished, and I don't think I'll ever finish. Unicorns, I think I did have one unicorn. I think I had this one once, because I had an extra one, and then I sold it. But out of all of those, it was funny because it's random. So if you put a wanderer spirit on a horse, it picks, the game generates which coat to have. So it's all a random guessing game basically. So yeah. Other than that, not much. I'm glad I'm taking a break from or buying horses, not passes, sorry. Buying divine horses. I'm sort of divine horsed out. I am glad that Amber did give me his passes today. So today I opened up his page and won 10 passes instead of droppings. So that was super cool. And I put it down on his little thing. So I'm glad they're working. I'm very, very glad they're working. They're worth the passes. They're getting there. In the long run, they will get there. I did do Midas, which is basically if you every month turns one donkey that's over 18 months and doesn't have a special coat. So in a couple days, I can show you how this perk works, and it was kind of fun to test it out. Basically, I went and I did this one, and I basically go to my page and go all the way down to donkeys, and I'll do it on a donkey that's not equipped. So let's do GA2. So basically you give them an apple. Behind the apple is going to be like a little like gold thing, and you click on it and it gives a harmony pack to the donkey, and then you go back to your horses and then you can equip it with whatever you want basically. So I equipped this one with sort of an Anubis heart worth the feather, which is really cool because in Egyptology it's sort of one of those things where Anubis, or maybe it's not Anubis, maybe it's Thoth. I don't remember which one it is. Maybe it's Thoth. But one of the Egyptian gods raised your heart with a feather of like truth or something, and if your heart is lighter than the feather, then you've known that you've been doing good honest deeds or something like that. And again, don't hate me for not knowing it exactly to a T, but I do like how the scale portrays it. And then I put an Egyptian background to, add to the theme. So, not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. It is kind of funny that I did get it around this time. So, yeah. So, I think there's that. And, of course, the black market limited coats are going to be dropping down soon too, in a couple days, in 2 days time. So we're going to see if I can get some extra limited coats, see what the limited coats are. I'm excited. I'm ready to get my mouse clicking button hand ready because it is going to go quick. And last time I did this, I did get a couple coats, which I was very, very excited with. And I was able to turn it around for some money. Let's see, which ones did I get that I got 2 coats of. Let's see. Bluebird. I got a second coat of Bluebird. That one went nice. I do like that one, so I kept a copy of that one. What's another one? 300 RCs. This one took a little longer, but I do like it. It's not, so Bluebird was 200 coat copy. that was 300 code copy. So yeah, so I have everything ready for GA code copies, ready to go. I think I also did a couple. What is it? This one. This was a code copy. This one took longer because it took longer for it to basically turn into a retired coat. Limited coat copies. So basically, I'll just touch on it just a little bit. Sorry about that. Just touch on it just a little bit. Basically, a golden apple is a GA for golden apple. And so what they do is people submit these in the game, and people vote on which one comes into the game. And the ones that come into the game come into the game. And sometimes the ones that come into the game, the author has the option to limit the coat uses on it. So if I just keep going, let's do GA, let's do this one. So when you go limited edition, and then it blurps all limited editions. So you have like 300 coat copy, 300, 500, 700, 500, 400, 900. So these are pretty good. I would like to get more of them. If I get more golden apples, I would get a couple more of them, like these 3 on the bottom I would like, because they're really cute for like the ponies. But basically, like I have these 3 basically, and what they do is once they reach 400 or another 200 players pick this coat, the coat turns from this gold coat to, show you what gemstone is, to this silver apple, which is called a retired coat. And retired coats go for more, obviously, because they're not in the game and you can't choose them anymore. You can't go to the items. If you go to here, coat isn't available anymore. So it was out of 700, which is crazy. So 700, and now there's only 291 copies left, which means either people's accounts got deleted or people accidentally aged the horse up and it went to safe heaven or whatever and it was erased from the game. Something happened where these coats, the numbers went down basically, and when you start hitting only a limited number of coats on the game, like let's say, I think it's this one, I can show you, this one's only got less than 100, so 84 coats left in this one. So the one that I'm looking for, if I can find it on here, is a winged riding horse. I do like a lot of these. Astro Soldier, that's what I'm looking for. Astral Soldier. That one is the one I'm looking for, as well as I think it's just that one for right now. Golden Valkyrie would be cute too, if anybody has those that they want to sell. But basically those are the coats. It's really cute. So that's out of 400. So these are basically all retired coats, and you can see them listed for prices, various prices depending on what the seller thinks they're worth. Nothing there, okay. And sometimes you can find them in the sales. Oh, there was a ooh, this one's really pretty. I like that. I like how it's highlighted. I don't have a million to start bidding on though. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Because it takes me forever to get this many equus all by myself. Okay. Back. I'm just curious to see what's out there. Okay, 53 copies. Oh, that's kind of cute. Sometimes they're really cute. Sometimes the older ones are really old. 48 copy coat. Oh, how did they allow it in the game? I wonder what year was that? Oops, not that one. 2010. Wow, the oldest coat ever. What's this one? That one's pretty with the bubbles. That's cute. The only thing is, you have to either make sure you do not keep on, like, in order to get them this old, you can't keep putting, you can't work these horses unless you put a philosopher's stone, or else you're gonna lose the horse to basically, death. Or, no, excuse me, I'm not allowed to say that, but basically heaven, right? The safe haven. So, yeah. So you can't, unless you want the horse to be more valuable and you just have tons and tons of copies and you want to up your copy count, and go for it, but not recommended. The one that I have that's super young or super old is the Ninetales, which I got in sales under 100, but 2011. This was, let's see, 2 years before I started, so I didn't have a chance at this coat. I want to see if it was a 100 coat copy though. Let's see. Yes, it was a 100 coat copy. So those go for so much, and it takes so long to find them. Because you only get 100 coats out of an international. And I didn't know this until later on in playing my game, that international is the hardest one to play because there's millions of players on the international versus the other servers. So I didn't know that. So yeah, alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end that there. I hope everybody has a lovely day.